Hello, my elite friends. My name is Dave Luehr, and today we answer the question, does cycle time really even matter? Welcome to another episode of Elite's Body Shop Management Tip of the Week. So check this out. Recently, I had a conversation with a body shop owner whose cycle time was around 22 days from arrival to delivered, right? He said, I'm not going to let these customers go somewhere else. So I grab those keys. And besides, I have plenty of parking out back. So why does cycle time even matter? So I asked him, I said, so tell me, how's your cash flow? He said, well, not very good, but what does that got to do with cycle time? He said. So I showed him this. So your cycle time, my friend, is simply a mathematical equation. It's an outcome of your total work in process divided by your daily average output. So this can be calculated in units, it could be dollars, or even labor hours that are delivered each day, right? On average. So if you're delivering on average, say 5 cars a day, right? And your cycle time is a lengthy 22 days, like my friend, 5 times 22 is 105 cars. Wow, I said, I bet it's fun having 105 cars on the property. Then I asked him, do you know what your whip turn is? A whip what? He asked. I said, a whip turn. It's kind of like a term that accounting people use called an inventory turn. It's similar, right? So the reason cycle time is important is because it affects your cash flow. That is why cycle time is important. Okay? So you see, cycle time is not a result of getting in a hurry and possibly producing poor quality work. That's not what we're talking about here. It's more of a matter of WIP management, right? And being able to deliver a consistent number of vehicles each day. So I'm going to show you something here. Right? Most shops, my friends, turn their WIP at least 2 times each month. So their WIP would be about 50 units, right? So let me show you how this works. So if you delivered 100 vehicles a month and you're currently holding about 50 vehicles on average, right? That's 2 WIP turns. Now you can do the same thing with dollars. So if you deliver $200,000 of work in a month, and you're currently holding about $100,000 of work in process on your property in the given moment, you would be turning that 2 times. You see how this works? So if so my friend here, you've got 110 vehicles on your property. You're not even turning your WIP even 1 time. Now the best shops out there can turn their WIP about 4 times a month, right? So if these shops, right, delivered about 100 cars a month, they, the ones that can turn their WIP 4 times, they would keep an average of 25 cars on the property, right? So that WIP in this context that we're speaking about is all of the repairable vehicles on the property. So the reason, my friend, right, that you're struggling to create cash flow, I told this guy, right, is because you have time, employee resources, and a lot of cash tied up in 110 vehicles instead of the 25 or 50 cars that you need to feed your production system. So I hope that my whipaholic friend now understands the importance of cycle time so that he can enjoy the fruits of his labor. And there's a lot of labor. Far too many shop owners work way too hard for what they get in return. So my elite friends, cycle time does matter for several reasons. And people who understand how money works knows that cash is king and it's cycle time that generates it. So listen, if you guys ever need help determining what your optimum WIP is, shoot me a message. My team and I are here to help you. So thanks again for being here today on this edition of Elite's Body Shop Management Tip of the Week. I'm Dave Luehr, and we'll see you next time.